Hi, it's Lonnie. Welcome to Grace Blossoms for You. I am making a little booklet with verses in them. And how I start is I take what they call the verse of the day and I write it on a 3x5 card. And they're all out of order now, but I rounded the corners. I put 3 holes in there, and then I was trying to coordinate them so that the little fussy cuts would be on alternating sides. Let's see if I can just quickly... I have some that don't have holes punched in them yet. And I can still add lots more to this because of the way I am binding it. Most of the cards have the little sticker on the right-hand side, but it is what it is. I could have tried to make them a little more random, I guess, but it's my first one, so I wasn't really thinking about how I was going to do that. Okay, there's another without holes. Okay, so I need my hole punch, and then I need these. I usually only do 2 at once, but I'll use one of these as my guide. And the last couple. Yeah, so I hope you're staying nice and cool if it's hot where you are. And I hope everyone's safe. I hear there's a lot of fires. There's a whole bunch. And they do get a bit bulky at the bottom, but you could also oh no, what did I do there? When I punched the hole, because this is a longer verse, the T I punched out, so now it looks like I made a spelling mistake. It says no temperation has seized you. So that's not going to work. I'm going to leave this one out and just see if that happened with any of the other ones. I tried to save enough space or leave enough space so that I could punch on the red line, because I didn't want to use hole savers. I thought I would just leave a bigger margin. So that leaves less room for writing. These are the 3x5s. And for the most part, that worked out for me. Just the one. Okay, so that. And then to fasten them, I have this. And I got these on Amazon. They're not the most stable things, but they're only meant for little booklets, so it should be okay. It came in 3 different colors. I chose to use black. And then for a cover, I'm actually going to make 2 today because I wanted to have a spare ready to go. So I drew this picture of some flowers on some watercolor paper that I had colored with metallic. So it's got a shine or a shimmer to it. And then it's got the white border where I tore it. And so I'm going to put it on here, but I'm going to round the corners on this. And then I'm going to try and glue it towards the bottom. So when I punch the holes, the picture will mostly still be visible. Try to get it fairly close to the edge. Something like that. And I will do this one too. So these flowers, or this flower and this leaf, I got the idea to make that from Dragona. It's the SIBO. She was making some. And they're really quite fun. She just watercolored on book page, spattered gold, and then drew some leaves and some flowers, and then cut them out. And I thought that worked really well. A very simple project, but with all the gold spatter, it looks really smart. Okay. I'll probably end up giving these little booklets away once I think there's enough scripture in there. I'm not sure how many we can hold, but need some more holes. Oops, that one did not go in straight or correctly. Oh no. Well, should still fit in here though. Like that. I was actually going to use the other one for this. It's okay. It's a little off, but I think it could still hold quite a few. So then another thought I had was I could leave this on my desk as a kind of a Rolodex thing. And that way I could always have a verse showing. So I got the verse of the day idea from a Bible app called the Holy Bible. And I have it on my phone, so every day I make sure I copy it out at least twice. Sometimes more because I make mistakes, but... And then every day I could just turn the page. I should next time probably make the holes just a little bit closer to the edge. And then, yeah, I just take fussy cuts that I have that will fit and then try to make them meaningful or pretty. So there's that. And then this one I will save for the next one, I guess. I was going to use it for this one, but I ended up grabbing the other one instead. So there you go. Let me know what you think of that idea. And do you think I should give them away to people? Would people appreciate those? The right people would, I think, but I don't know if everybody would, so not sure on that yet. But it's an idea. If you know somebody that likes scripture, then that might be a good gift idea. Okay, so I filmed the first part of this video a while back, but since then I decided I wanted this to be able to stand up. And so I figured out a way to make a stand for it. And I just used regular, 3x5 cards is what I used. And so I made it so that it can stand. And I was thinking it would look good on a desk. So how did I do this? Okay, so it kind of evolved, but I'm thinking, I don't know if this is going to be strong enough now for, for a long time. It'll do for the short term, but I was thinking that in order to make this better, I should probably reinforce it or use thicker paper. And thicker paper doesn't always fold well. So I was thinking I might want to just reinforce it. So this 3 pieces is what I used to make the backing. And the bottom is where the fold is. So I fold it over about 1/2 inch on each side. Obviously, the stand-up part is completely optional, but I just thought it would be more practical if it did have a stand. All right, then I fold it in half. So something like this, either an M or a W, depends on how you look at it. Now, it depends on which way you want your thing to face. I'll probably, if you want the blank side down, you need to fold it the other way. The lines in, and then the half goes like this. So what we're going to do now is attach this there. And this piece here. And then they're going to come together at the top. And what I did then was I attached my cover to that piece there. Hopefully you can kind of get the gist. It's not really that complicated. It's just when you're trying to explain it, it's probably harder to explain than to do. So what I was thinking, if you wanted to have it stronger, maybe to collage on top of it. If you didn't want the lines showing, you could use a different piece of paper that's blank. I don't know. I feel like I want to strengthen it somehow, even just to see if it would work. So let's use glue stick. Might be our best option here. I'm going to cover up the lines. This glue stick is very liberal. And not in a good way. All right, it's using up more than I would like, but that's okay. It's not going to be mostly seen anyways. I just wanted to have something on there. I mean, you could be elaborate and make it all kinds of pretty. I'm just more functionality thinking right now. Okay, so that's the base of it, and I think that's where the strength will be mostly needed. So I will trim that out. Okay. Like I said, this is just to make it stronger. If you wanted to make it pretty, you could certainly do that. Okay, so then I need to glue this part. Yeah, the first one I gave away, and then I had the thought to make a stand afterwards, so oops, was a little ahead of myself giving it away, but the person seemed to appreciate it. So all right, so then we're going to glue this on here, and we need to make it line up. Okay, that's one side, and so I'm gluing it on the outside. I mean, you could glue it on the inside too if you really wanted to. Not a big deal. I'm gluing the red line to the bottom. Hopefully it doesn't show up too much. Okay, so then I need glue on this side. Gonna move it around a little bit and slide it into place until I'm happy with it. Hopefully before the glue dries and sets. Okay, so now you have that. Okay, then this becomes the cover. And I don't know if I have something on here or ready to go to be a cover. I have this card laying around here. Right there might work. 3 inches deep, so right about there. I'm going to make it just a little bit bigger in case to trim it. And then 3 inches this way. No, 5 inches this way. And it looks a little crooked to me, hopefully. I noticed this thing is not exactly straight either, so no wonder I've been having issues. All right, so here's this. Then that's at the bottom. And we're going to attach that to the front for the cover. So yeah, I made it more than 5 inches. That's okay, I'll trim it off after I have it stuck on there. Okay, so just glue. I think I want it this way. Okay, so I didn't get it quite in the right place, but I can trim it. Okay. Just kind of move that glue around in there. Okay, so that will be the front. And I have some sticking out over here, so I'll try to straighten that as well. Oh yeah, that's a lot stronger. So we're going to attach it up here as well. And I don't want it to be, I don't want the glue to be too close to this because I want the holes. But if I see where the holes are, they're kind of in the middle. So I can do a little bit on both ends. Something like that. I just left this part in the middle free. And then we're gonna glue that shut. All right, so then, because this book already has a cover and they all seem to be a little bit different depending on where I place them, I'll just show you how I line them up. I decide, well, what I would do. This is probably the easiest way to do it. Take one of the cards, place it on here as a template. Then I know exactly where to put the holes. And then I would punch right there. Now I'm not going to do this one because in the next one it might be slightly different, but this one already has a cover. Okay, so there's the cover for it, and then the cover also becomes the thing that flips over, that becomes the stand. So you might not be able to see it very well because of your viewpoint. You can kind of see it. If I had made the base wider, you might be able to see it better. But yeah, like that. And then this cover is ready to go for my next one. And this cover here I actually had rounded. Probably would do that again because it looks a little more finished. Like so. And then I can do that next time when I get it ready. Anyways, hope you like that. Hope you find it useful. And yeah, thanks for watching. We'll see you again next time. Bye for now.